know last year we had like what 16 teams in it. That was too much. That was probably too many. I like this better. So I'm kind of glad they're back to the normal postseason schedule. The only thing I don't like, and I'm sure a lot of people will on agree with me on this, is that the wild card games are just one game. If you lose, you're done. That's just not right. Frank Thomas says it should be a best of three, and I agree. It should be. That'll be perfect. Wild card best of three, division series best of five, championship series and World Series best of seven. That's what it should be. And I hope they I hope they think about that. But sometimes you have to pick upsets. Remember 2 years ago in 2019, who would have thought the Washington Nationals would win the whole thing? Right? We're so used to them being choked. Maybe Atlanta Braves can win it finally. I don't know. So, this is my World Series prediction. This is my 2022 MLB Postseason Bracket Challenge. That's right. This is my 7th time doing this. I've been doing this since 2016. And yeah, I actually rewatched some of those old videos I did predicting this, and a lot of them weren't that great. So, I still have them. We have the 2022 MLB Postseason Bracket Challenge, presented by FTX. Why is that logo on the umpire shirts? I don't get it. I don't even know what FTX is. What does FTX stand for? I don't know, but why is it on the umpire shirts? I might have to make another video of me with more information about that. But anyway, here we go. Enter bracket. What I don't really like about this format on this website is that it used to be, for example, the American League will be on the left side and the National League will be on the right side. Kind of like March Madness, where you have a bracket on the left side and a bracket on the right side. But ever since 2020, it's like this. You just have to scroll down, You won't be able to see the whole thing in one. Well, if I make the page smaller, yeah, you can kind of see the whole thing. Yeah. Well, there you go. But when we had, in 2020, when we had that 16-team playoff, yeah, it was impossible to fit all in one screen. So, anyway, I actually like this new postseason playoff format. There are a total of 12 teams, so they added 2 teams. I don't know if it's going to be like this for every year or just for this year. I hope it's going to be like this for every year. Because, in 2020, when they added 16 teams, that was just too many for me. Yeah. 12 is perfect. And another thing that I really like, they finally did this. That's right. You heard that old video from last year. I said that they're now having a best of 3 wild card series. It's about time. No more one single game. Yeah. I did not like that, where it's just one game. Like, what if, like, a team with 90-something wins lose in the wild card, and that's it, their season's over? Very disappointing, but good thing that's not gonna happen anymore, because it's a best of 3. That's right. Alright, before I make my picks, I want to show you the schedule on ESPN.com. and I am recording this late Thursday night, so you're going to see this early Friday. I know the past 3 years I was late uploading this, but for once, I'm finally not going to be late. So, alright, the reason why I want to show you the schedule is because okay, so you know how the wild card usually starts on a Tuesday, the first Tuesday of October? I'm not sure why it's not like that this year. You know, usually the last day of the regular season is on a Sunday afternoon. But no, this year it was on a Wednesday afternoon. It's like they're like 3 days late. So, and now that we have the wild cards, best of 3, right? So you got Friday, Saturday, Sunday if necessary. And then Monday is a day off. Tuesday, all 4 games of the division series will start. Game 1 of the 2 ALDS and the 2 NLDS. And what I don't like is that the ALDS, after game 1, they get a day off. Why is it like that? Because usually you have game 1, and then the next night, game 2, and then the next day is an off day because it's a travel day, right? And then the next day is game 3, next day is game 4, and then the next day is an off day, then the next day is game 5. But no, it's not like that. You know, game 1's Tuesday. No game 2 Wednesday. Game 2's on Thursday. Then you have to have the next day off because you're going to be traveling to the other team for game 3, right? Saturday, game 3. Sunday, I assume that's going to be game 4, yep. But no, look, no travel day to game 5. Why is it like that? See, this year they made a lot of changes that I don't like. And this is kind of one of them, you know? So, yeah. So like the last day of the regular season was Wednesday, October 5th. And the division series isn't going to start until Tuesday. That's 6 days off. I feel like that's kind of too many days. I don't know. We'll see, though. And oh, great. TBS is back once again. They better change that scoreboard on their television broadcasts. Yeah, if they don't, get ready for another video of me talking about that. People are getting tired of them not getting better. Anyway. So, I assume that the World Series is not going to start on Tuesday. It's not going to start on the last Tuesday of October. Nope, because the ALCS, NLCS, if necessary, games are still going. Oh, it looks like it's going to start on Friday, October 28th. Yes, it is. Wow. That is weird. I don't know if it's going to be like this every year, or maybe just for this year, because we're so used to having game 1 and 2 on Tuesday and Wednesday. Then games 3, 4, and 5 are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You know? But instead, games 3, 4, and 5 will be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I guess I'm okay with that. Alright. Well, before we actually start, I'm going to be honest. I said this last year, I'll say it again. I did not watch much games at all. I hardly watch anything this season. I think I've only watched a total of 5 games. 5 games! That's nothing. Yeah, out of 162 games of your favorite team or whatever, you only watch 5? That's nothing. So, I don't know much about this season. And do y'all remember my other prediction videos I did this year for other sports. I did the Australian Open tennis, I did the NFL playoffs, and I did March Madness. And all of those were decided by... That's right, the wheel is back. Yes, welcome back, wheel. It's been quite some time. Yes, we spun the wheel. My prediction of the Australian Open, which was terrible. NFL playoffs, which was also terrible. And March Madness, which is probably the worst of all. But I think the MLB postseason won't be as bad if I just spin the wheel for all the games. So you know what? Why not do this for the first time ever? And it could be the last time ever. I'm going to spin the wheel on all these matchups, and we're going to see what my two teams will be in the World Series. Let's go. Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays in the wild card round. Toronto gets all the home games because their record is better. It's finally great to see Seattle back in the playoffs after 21 damn years. They are finally back. This, in my opinion, this might be the most exciting wild card game to watch. Because Toronto, they're back, and you know how their fans are. Their fans can get all loud and crazy. I remember when they were in it in 2015, the crowd was so loud it was hard to hear. It sounded like a football game, you know? It's crazy. And I am a Houston Astros fan, so, you know, Seattle Mariners are in the same division. And I'm glad to say, as a Houston fan, that Seattle is back in the playoffs. Now, the winner of this matchup will play Houston in the division series. So let's see who will win the wild card. Remember, the game is in Toronto. And Toronto is going to win. And I'm going to say that since this is a best of 3, I think they will win. It'll come down to the third game. So 2-1. All right, next, Cleveland Guardians, Tampa Bay Rays. All right, here we go. Oh, that was a slow spin. Tampa Bay will win this. And I think, yeah, all the games in this will be in Cleveland. I think this will also come down to the third and final game on Sunday. So I got Tampa. Uh-oh, they're going to play the Yankees. Divisional rival. Okay, so we are done with the American League side for now. Let's now go on to the National League side. New York Mets versus San Diego Padres. Now this is weird because the New York Mets has 100 wins and they did not win their division. I think, like, I know I said that I hardly watch anything this season, but I did check the standings a lot for the past month. And New York was in first place for a long time until like the last week. Yeah, and then Atlanta just took over. I think they swept them, right? Was it a sweep? Yeah, I think it was. Because they played on Sunday night. And wow, that's kind of tough. And yeah, they're seeded number 4 with 100 wins. It's all about winning your division, you know. The same thing kind of happened last year with Los Angeles Dodgers and San Francisco Giants. Yeah, look at the standings from last year. You'll see what I'm talking about. All right, let's spin the wheel for this game. San Diego, they have to travel all the way to New York. Oh! And they just win. You know what? Because the wheel was kind of close on deciding, I think this will also come down to the third game. All right, and look what we're going to have. They're going to play their division rivals. All right, In the last wild card game, St. Louis Cardinals versus Philadelphia Phillies. It is also great to see the Phillies back in the playoffs. I think it's been like 10 years, I think. That's what I heard. Oh, that's awesome. It's good to see some other teams back in the playoffs. Toronto, Seattle, New York. I don't think New York was in it for the past couple of years. And Phillies. The winner of this will take on the champions from last year. Alright, the battle of the two red teams. It's going to be at St. Louis. Oh! Wow! That came down to the wire. I'm sorry, my microphone's... Let me turn that down. That came down to the wire. You know what? I'm also going to think this will also come down to the third and final game. Yeah, so I'm predicting that all these wildcard games will come down to the third game on Sunday. What if none of them come down to the third game? Like they're all 2-0. Wait, what is it again? Okay, I want to make sure I pick the right team. Alright, so now we got the division rival, or ALDS and NLDS. Houston versus Toronto. So remember, I am a Houston fan, so hopefully the wheel lands on them. I really wish they won it last year because they had Carlos Correa. Yeah. He was one of my favorite players. And, man, I really hope they can win it this year as well. Dusty Baker, come on, man. Please win a World Series. You know? It's like... somehow he just can't do it. But he did win the All-Star game earlier this year. I thought they would lose. I thought the American League would lose because he was the manager, but nope, I was wrong. Alright, Wheel, let's see what you got. Remember, this is best of 5. Oh, the Wheel has Houston. Okay. You know what? I think this will come down to Game 5. Because that Toronto crowd's going to be so loud, it's going to be hard to hear. Alright, next we got... oh, I forgot the brackets. They move up closer. That's weird. Well, I guess I'll make the page bigger. Like, oh, what? What the heck? Oh. Oh, if you click on this, if you click on these blue dash marks, that's what happened. I still wish it was a bracket from the left and right side, not just all on one side. Oh well, I can make it like this now. Alright. Rays and Yankees. Alright, the Yankees have a better record. That was a slow spin, but the wheel has picked the New York Yankees. And they're going to face Houston in the ALCS again. For like the third time, I think. I think they will win in 4 games. So 3-1. Next we have Los Angeles Dodgers versus San Diego Padres, another divisional rival matchup. Alright, here we go. Oh, this is probably like the first pretty big upset that the wheel has picked. San Diego is going to shock LA. Well, I have to go with what the wheel says. I've always have, so here we go. It's tough to beat. It's tough to play at Dodger Stadium. But they play there so many times because it's their division rival. I think they will win at San Diego at home in 4 games. They will win 3-1. Last one in the division series, St. Louis versus Atlanta. I forgot to mention that this is also the last year for Albert Pujols. Yeah, he hit just over 700 home runs. I mean, that's amazing. That's awesome. The fans, we all love him. It would be great if somehow he can win one more World Series title. But in order for them to do that, they have to take out the champions from last year, the Atlanta Braves. Let's see what happens. Wheel, give us your thoughts or your pick. A fast spin. Oh, it's Atlanta Braves winning this. And I think this will come down to game 5. Yeah, I think that'll be a good matchup though. Alright, final 4. So far the Wheel's big pick was San Diego. Yeah. I'm sure most people pick Houston, New York Yankees, Atlanta Braves in the Final 4. Or at least, you know, two out of those 3 teams, you know. I mean, who knows? Someone could have picked Toronto to go all the way. You know, you never know. Remember, 3 years ago, the Washington Nationals went all the way. No one thought they would, you know. So, hey, big surprises. So, once again, the Houston Astros are going to face the New York Yankees in the ALCS. They've done it in 2017, 2019, and now in 2022, if this happens. And you know what? If this happens, this will be Houston's 6th straight ALCS appearance. Yeah, they were in it in 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, you know. And every time they were in it, all those times they were in the ALCS, they faced an American League East team. Yeah, that's right, 2017, they faced the Yankees. 2018, they faced the Red Sox. 2019, they faced the Yankees. 2020, they faced the Rays. 2021, Red Sox. And this year, if it happens, which most people say it will, Yankees again. You know? Houston, they won it in 2017, 2019, and last year. And all those were on Fox and FS1. And they lost in 2018 and 2020, the games on TBS. And unfortunately, this year, it's going to be on TBS because they flip-flop, you know, every year. So Fox and FS1 will broadcast the National League games. So yeah, they swap every year. But lately, I've been listening to the radio a lot, and I kind of like it more. Sometimes the radio announcers are better than the TV announcers. That's just me. Alright, I think this will probably come down to the final game, most likely. We'll see. Houston has the better record, though. Alright, Wheel. Slow spin. Oh, the Yankees are going to the World Series. Wow. I think this will come down to Game 7. Yankees are in the World Series. And now the final pick for the National League. San Diego versus Atlanta. Alright, Wheel, can you shock the world again? Nope, not this time. Atlanta's back in the World Series. Back-to-back years. I think they'll win this one big. 4-1. I think they can beat San Diego pretty easily. And in the World Series, we have the Yankees versus the Braves. And they have faced each other in the 90s, and I think the Yankees won them all. I think they did. I know Atlanta, they won a World Series in the 90s. I just don't know if it's against the Yankees. I don't think it was. I think it was against some other team. But yeah, back then, the 90s, those were the Yankees. best years, kind of like the Dallas Cowboys in the NFL, you know? So, oh boy. I don't, okay, if this really happens, I don't know who to cheer for. Because I don't like the Yankees much, but I don't really like seeing back-to-back champions, you know? I know we saw Tampa winning back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. I was okay with that because when they won it in 2020, there was no fans. So I was okay when they won it back-to-back. The thing is, the Yankees, they won the World Series so many damn times. I know it's been since 2009 since they last won it. Yeah, I know it's been 13 years since they were last in it and they last won it. But I don't know. I actually have a Yankees hat, but I didn't buy it. I didn't bought it. My mom's friend gave it to me as part of my birthday surprise. So maybe I'll have to cheer for the Yankees because I have that Yankee hat. I hope this won't be the World Series. I'm going to be honest. I don't really want to see this as the World Series, but it might just happen. Maybe for once the wheel might be right. Alright, here we go. One last spin. Now, if this World Series happens, Atlanta has the better record, so they have more home games. But they only, not by much though. They're 101 wins. Yankees are at 99, so they're about even. You know, so this could go either way. All right, Wheel, give us what you think. The 2022 champions will be the Yankees. Okay. And you know what? I kind of hope to see the Yankees win in the Bronx. I think they'll win this. So I'm going to say they're going to win it in 5 games. 4 games to 1. Yankees are the champions. I think I once picked them to win in 2019 against the Dodgers. I got that one wrong. So, yeah, every year except for 2020, I got the World Series correct. Or excuse me, I got the World Series wrong. The only time I got it right was in 2020. But it was a short season, so it was more easy to pick, you know. Alright, what happens if I hit submit? Oh, screw these tiebreaker questions, I'm not interested. This is all I want to do. Alright. Pretty reasonable picks. The only big pick is the San Diego Padres upsetting the Dodgers. But really, other than that, the wheel has made some reasonable picks. Now, before I go, once again, this video is going to be 30 minutes. I'm going to edit this video anyways, because, you know, I showed you guys that clip. Before I go, I was sort of watching MLB Tonight on the MLB Network. And 2 people showed their brackets. Chris Young, he has a rematch from last year's World Series. That's right, Houston versus Atlanta. And he says Houston will get revenge. That's what he said. Dusty Baker will finally win his first championship. I hope he's right. Another guy, Jake Peavy, he also has Houston winning it all against the Dodgers. If you don't believe me, I actually took a picture of it, and I guess I'll have to show you the screenshots. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. Let me know your thoughts of my prediction, or really the Wheels prediction, and comment your picks below. If you made a prediction video, let me know and I'll check that out, because I like to check out other people's predictions. Johnny Talks Sports, he made his prediction video, so I will put his video in the end screen. Thank you for watching, and I apologize that this video is so long. Stupid me. Yep, just keep babbling off. Yep, I know. Yeah. Let the playoffs begin.